Hey guys, welcome back to Rather Be Visin. My name is Sam, and today we're going to be taking a look at some number formatting. So quite often when you're dealing with figures, you'll have numbers that maybe go into a decimal place, and you'll have numbers that don't. And when you show this in Tableau, all of your numbers that don't have a decimal place will have a point zero. And it might be the case that you don't want to show that point zero, it might be cluttering up your view. So I've got a quick calculation that we can use to get rid of that trailing zero, but still show a decimal point if there is one. So let's hop straight into Tableau and take a look at how all of this works. Okay, so here we are in Tableau. I've connected to my sample data source, and you can see all I've got in here is dates and some values. And you can see for some of my values, they have a decimal place. So we can see 0.2, 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, and then for some of them, they are 0.0, so that's the exact number. Now we can get rid of the decimal place by coming in here, right-clicking, formatting, coming into my numbers and saying I don't want to see any decimal places. But that removes it for all of them. Likewise, if I add in to one decimal place, there's no way for me to get rid of this trailing zero through my formatting options. So what instead we can do is we can write a calculated field to pull through this value and round it if it's a whole number, or pull through that decimal if it's not. So let's build that calculated field. So we're going to click on the drop down menu here and select create calculated field. We're going to call this remove 0.0 decimals. And to start off with, we're going to do a if statement to check what the status of this figure is. So if we do if sum of my value minus int sum value is less than 0.05, then. So what we're doing here is we're saying if I take my value away from my value, and we're using int there to make it a whole number, and it is less than 0.5 or 0.05, then we can remove the decimal place here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say round sum value to 0 decimal places. So if it's already got a 0 at the end, we're going to round this to be a whole number with no decimal places. Then we'll say else, and this is where we're going to round the figure to have one decimal place. So we'll then do round sum value, comma 1, close that off, finish that off with an end, and you can see I've got some errors. Oh, I need to add in my closing bracket there, and then remove this one. Bracket madness. So just to go over this again, this first bit here is checking to see whether there is a decimal value in that first point of over 1. If not, then we can say that it's ended in 0, so we can round that up. So we'll remove this decimal place. Otherwise, we want to round it to 1 decimal place. So this will keep where we've got the 2, the 8, and the 6. So we click OK on there, and then bring this into our view. What we need to do is right-click, come into Format. If we come to Custom, and just select that, we don't have to put anything in the format. You can see now we've got that. So where we've got a decimal value, so 0.2, 0.8, 0.6, that's pulling through. But where we haven't, we have not got that leading or trailing 0. And so what this looks like, if we pull this into our chart, this is what it looks like at the moment. But now, if we bring in our remove values here, and again, format, custom, that's going to get rid of those trailing zeros and just clean this up a little bit. And this is really useful if you're using some big values. Here we're just using the whole values of thousands, but if you're looking at like millions and billions and thousands, you can just clean it up a little bit. So that's how you remove that trailing 0 from your decimal places. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, please do let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers for watching.